Hey guys, this is Mr. Schwa. So I just wanted to go over a few things today with regards to education and executive protection. So I'll try to keep this video pretty short. There is a lot that goes into education, cost, location. I was going to say the intensiveness of the training, also the pedigree. So I'll start right there with pedigree. The known schools are going to be essentially Executive Security International or Executive Protection Institute or Robert Oatman's School of Executive Protection. So these are basically some of the most known schools across the country, even some in the world. People know Robert Oatman. Some people know ESI, EPI. These schools are very expensive. They're minimum of I think about $3,000, and they're a week long of 10 to 12 hour days. They're very intensive, and you go over all sorts of different things. I mean, you were essentially cream of the crop, top of your class if you can graduate from one of these schools. They go over firearms drills, soft skills, culture, technology. Essentially, they really are the cutting edge of executive protection and how you can actually learn from the best who've been doing this for about 20, 25 years, even 30. There's a lot of experienced instructors and whatnot that are there to help, and you're going to be paying top dollar for the top level education in these courses. What comes with EPI, ESI, and Oatman School is that they have also, like, if I'm not mistaken, they will help you get placed and hired. That is really important. Getting hired. I mean, that's why we take this course, is so we can actually get into the craft of executive protection, protect a principal, use our skills, our security minded skills, our situational awareness, make money doing that. So it's just really important to keep in mind if you're going to go to one of these top level schools, they will help you to get placed. I don't know exactly if they have like one of those, like 70% of their candidates get placed. I don't know, but I know that they will try. And more importantly, you need to network. Speak to everybody there. Say, where you're from. If they know somebody in the state that can help you, get networked to do some work on the side or full time. That being said, when you're networking, just remember what state that you're in, that you live. If you're in Wichita, Kansas, or Idaho or something like that, there may not be a great need for executive protection there. So that's kind of a problem that people have if they want to get into this industry. They can't really do it in their home state. They have to go to where the action is, and that's basically going to be in New York and Miami, in Los Angeles, Hollywood. You're going to be protecting celebrities, sports figures, politicians. You essentially have to go and kind of go to the metropolitan areas to do executive protection. I mean, you do get lucky every now and then with the random wealthy client that's living, like for example Warren Buffett, um, Omaha, Nebraska, or something like that. He has an executive protection team, but he's a billionaire. Not that many billionaires, I think, in Nebraska. So that being said, keep in mind the money that you're spending. If you're going to spend less on a school that is lesser known, hiring managers notice that. If they don't recognize your school, they may pass up on your resume. So the pedigree, like I said, in this community is important to the people that are basically running it now. If they see something like EPI or ESI, they'll look at your resume, they'll call you, they'll bring you in, they'll know that you have very good education when it comes to executive protection. So, like I said, that basically I think covers most of it. I recommend that you go to a school that will have practical exams. The ones I mentioned do. You're going to be doing driving. You're going to be doing firearms training. You're going to be doing actual movements with the client, with a client and whatnot. So you're going to go through a lot of different hands-on teaching, not just in classroom training. You're going to be learning about different laws, federal laws, all that kind of stuff. Laws are different in all states, so that's one of the things that you have to remember is that how you drive aggressively in one state may I was gonna say that may not be something that you can do essentially in your home state or whatnot. The force continuum, all that kind of stuff. How you protect your client, what you got to do to run away, if you're gonna get your client to safety, how you're going to deal with chemical threats, how you're going to deal with a mob, how you're going to deal with a pop-up riot, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, these schools will go through practicals and teach you this kind of stuff. They can't teach you everything in 7 days, but like I said, in about 80 hours plus, they can't teach you everything, but they give you a really good baseline. Also, I just wanted to add, reading I think is very important when it comes to executive protection. Robert Oatman has a book called The Art of Executive Protection. There are two versions. There's the pre 9/11 book, and then there's the post 9/11 book. Since things kind of changed, since it was that was a huge day in American history. literally things changed right after that. So, terrorism is kind of a part of the curriculum now, how to recognize it and whatnot. Drones are now a part of the curriculum. Just things are constantly changing. And again, like I said, I think it's important to go to a good school if you can afford it. Don't go broke doing it. Be smart with your money. But, like I said, these are the top schools in the area. So, like I said, EPI, they do stuff in Winchester and I think New York. Robert Oatman's based out of Baltimore. I don't know where ASI does schooling, but, quick Google search, you can figure that out. And yeah, just keep in mind, like I said, hiring managers, they like to see things like, prior law enforcement, prior military, prior medical. So, you have to get certified in first aid at the minimum so you can do at least basic life support in case your client has like allergic reactions, they fall and hurt themselves, they get stabbed, shot, punched, or whatever. You have to be able to administer at least basic life support. So yeah. So like I said, going through the list again, just remember the location that you're in. Executive protection training may not be offered in your state. Inexpensive schools versus more expensive schools, the benefits of that placement, whether or not you can get hired after you've got the certification and passed the course for the school that you go to. And just remember that pedigree is kind of a big deal in this industry. They want to know that you come from a good school. So don't let that, essentially stomp on your dreams. It's about networking, really, like in any job. It's about who you know, not what you know. So, like, good luck out there, guys. Hopefully, you get some good education. You get your foot in the door. Your principal is all that matters in this world. So just remember, when you're on the job, your principal is what matters most. They are the sun, they are the moon, they are the stars. They are the most important thing on the job. So keep them safe. Keep your reputation safe as well. And yeah, so hope to see you guys out there. And let me know what you think about this video. Thanks.